Hippie crack, whippet, nitro, nitrous oxide cartridges go by many names on the streets, but they can have all the same devastating effects. A drug that's readily available, highly addictive, and a source of pollution in local neighborhoods. Whippets are small canisters of nitrous oxide or laughing gas that go into whipped cream canisters. Abusers inhale the gas to get a high. It's become a big problem nationwide. New York now even requires ID to purchase whipped cream. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig shines a light on one Detroit community's war with whippets.
They're called whippets.
One puff of the high is 30 seconds.
In each tiny cartridge, 8 grams of nitrous oxide, and it's no laughing matter.
It's real bad. They're all over the place.
It's a very powerful, euphoric, dissociative, out-of-body experience that can be very dangerous.
And proof of how bad the problem is in Southwest Detroit can be found in these that have littered the edges of neighborhood streets, tossed away after users crack them open to inhale the gas inside. They're called whippets because they're used to dispense whipped cream.
They are driving around while they pass the canister around to each other, and they end up crashing the cars.
In Southwest Detroit, concerned citizens, community activists, and lawmakers have teamed up to educate parents and children, as well as clean up the whippets. They're part of the Whippet Wipeout Campaign Coalition because studies show a growing number of people are using whippets to get high.
It's something that we're starting to see more of. I know that there's been a lot of data that shows early on, kids really under the age of 18, we start to see that as sometimes the first substance of choice.
Dr. Elizabeth Boulat heads up Addiction Medical Services at the Henry Ford Health System.
Long term, it really can cause major medical problems, including long-term brain damage, vitamin B12 deficiency, which can lead to neurological problems, bone marrow problems, seizures, and unfortunately, long-term use can cause psychosis.
And what's happening after they get high, they're just throwing it out into the community.
Volunteers with the Whippet Wipeout Coalition have picked up tens of thousands of whippets, canisters, or tanks that are clearly not being used to make whipped cream.
Clearly, if you're selling them at a gas station or at a liquor store, this may not be the intended purpose by that purchaser. But because it does have a legitimate use, we couldn't outright ban the sale of them.
So State Senator Stephanie Chang worked to prohibit the sale of whippets to minors in Michigan. She and Representative Joe Bellino now working to make it illegal for stores to sell any object designed to inhale nitrous oxide, classifying it as drug paraphernalia.
We don't want to criminalize the people using that might have a problem, but we do want to make it harder for them to access this, and hopefully that'll help address the problem.
We get a lot of kids here at Clark Park.
And something that has helped decrease the littering of these whippets has involved closing the park at 9 and making their presence known.
Parking lots are areas where I feel that they feel comfortable. And so we made them uncomfortable.
But what may be most important is that parents be able to recognize whippets and be comfortable talking to their children about the risks of getting high with these dangerous inhalants. This Detroit police officer spoke to lawmakers about one young man.
He was doing too many of these whippets, got brain damage. He lost his motor skills. He can no longer walk. He's in a wheelchair and he's having a hard time talking.
We're here to raise our kids to become healthy, and instead they could literally walk down the street to the dollar store, in the liquor store, and purchase these whippets.
And if you'd like to learn more about whippets and the Wipeout Coalition, we'll have a link in this story on WXYZ.com. In Southwest Detroit, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
Kim, thanks.